Okay, so they want us to graph this function y equals 3 log base 3 of x plus 4. So, and then they're saying it's one of these 4 graphs. How do we know? Well, I'm going to come down here and graph it. Y equals log base 3 of x plus 4. So remember how we graph a log. We got to make a table. We start with an x that makes the inside of the parenthesis equal 0. Right? So make a little XY chart here. What can I plug in right there to make the inside of the parentheses 0? Well, -4. So y will equal log base 3 of -4 plus 4. Y equals log base 3 of 0. So the base goes to the bottom. Hit the buttons on your calculator, get an error because you can't put 0 into a log. So that's your vertical asymptote. So right away, we know the real graph has a vertical asymptote at x equals -4. So these guys, this is out. Let me change the color there. This guy's out, and this guy's out because they have the vertical at 4. That, right? Even though the vertical dotted line is actually technically not showing on these graphs, you know where it is because you can see how the graph responds to it. An asymptote line is a guideline. It's invisible. It's an invisible guideline that guides the graph. Well, you can tell it's right here at 4 and it's right here at 4. So those graphs are not right. It's supposed to be at -4 like these two graphs. Now, so it's one of those two. Okay, let's keep going. What do we do now? Add 1. So we plug in -3. So y equals log base 3 of -3 plus 4. Log base 3 of 1. The base goes to the bottom. Comes out 0. So -3, 0. Which one of those has -3, 0? Well, they both do. Right there and right there. See them? They both have the point back 3 up 0. Back 3 up 0. So they're both looking good still. So we got to do more. So then we add 1 again. We get -2. So when we come up here, I'm going to plug in -2. So yeah, I'm thinking about what's going to be the easiest for us here. If I plug in -2, I'm going to get a decimal. So going to get a decimal value. Yeah. So and then I plug in negative. Yeah. All right. So yeah. So what are we going to get? Y equals. I'll bring it up here. Y equals log base 3 of -2 plus 4. Log base 3 of 2. So you know the base goes to the bottom. Hit the buttons on your calculator. What do we got? I'm getting 0.63. That's a decimal. So let's try to get a different value. So now let's just keep adding 1 again. -1. Put in -1 plus 4. 3. That's going to be the base goes to the bottom. Log 3 over log 3, that's pretty easy. That's just 1, isn't it? So there we go. So there's a good value and there's a good value. So -3, 0. Well, there we go. -3, 0 and -1, 1. All right, so minus 1, 1, minus 1, 1 right there. There it is. There's our winner. Winner, winner, right there. This is minus 1, 1 right there. Whereas this one, minus 1, 1, it's not hitting that spot, is it? So this is the right answer because it does go through the right 2 points. It goes through the minus 1, 1 and the minus 3, 0. It hits both of those points. That's the only graph that does that. So how do we graph exponentials? We start with an x that makes the inside of the parentheses 0. That was negative 4. And you get an error, and that's your vertical asymptote. Then you just add 1, add 1, add 1, plug it in every time until you get 2 nice whole number spots. Put those on the graph, and you've got your log graph. There we go.